Hello, this is Watch All About with another watch review, and in this review we're looking at the Mint Evolutive Divemaster, which is interestingly provided as a modding kit. So what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to have a look at the different varieties of style of watch you can create this, you can turn this into. So without further ado, let's start the unboxing process. So here is the outer box, pretty surprisingly large actually. We'll open it up. And inside we find this poster, which is actually also the instructions, but we'll consider those things shortly. Then we have a little protective layer, and within we have our watch, a little polishing cloth, which will come in handy, warranty card. So let's take the watch off first, and then we can have a look at what lies beneath. So you notice we have some tabs. So then we pull out this top section and voila, we have some other stuff in here as well. Now, these things are pushed in loosely, so it does have a tendency of throwing stuff around. So as you can see, we've got a few of these little things here, which have just basically just been thrown around. So let's get all these little bits out. So we've got a bezel removal tool. We have a little screwdriver. We'll go into that in greater detail later. A little strap removal tool. Our bezels. We've got some spare bezels, which is pretty cool. Spare inner of a bezel as well. We've got some tweezers. And 2 spare straps as well. So in total, we've got 3 straps in here. Okay, so that's everything out. Let me move the box out of the way because it's too big to keep in place. Right, so here we go. What do we have here? Let's get everything out in place for you to have a look at. So with this modding kit, it's really, really cool because basically you have 3 different bezels you can easily use. You have the ability to remove this little lug end link section as well. And then you have 3 different straps as well. So you've got this sort of silicone strap, which is probably my favorite. You've also got this suede strap, which is like a very soft leathery suede. And then you have this Perlon NATO strap as well. So, you know, you can really, really craft your specific look to, you know, you've got a wide variety of options here with one watch, which is cool. So let's discuss some of the specs then. Price-wise, so the RRP of this modding kit version of the Divemaster is $539. That's approximately £410. At the moment, though, right now you can get it for $379. That's approximately £290. So, you know, for under 300 quid, you know, we're hitting the nail on the head in terms of a mechanical watch. But also with this amount of customization, I would say that that's a really, really impressive price. Let's talk about the size. So I've got about just under a 7¼ inch wrist. So the straps are relatively short even on me, actually, interestingly. But here we have it. We have a 40mm diameter, which I think is really, really good. 13mm height, which is probably, you know, pretty chunky, pretty on the chunky side for a 40mm diameter watch. And then a lug-to-lug length of 49mm. Weight-wise, it's coming in at just under 100 grams, 94 grams to be precise. So pretty nice and weighty on the wrist as well. Feels good, feels quality. 200 meters or 20 atmospheres water resistance as well, so you got a good amount of water rating there. So, you know, realistically you can take it diving. It is after all named the Divemaster, so you would expect that. Lug width, a pretty reasonable 20mm, so you'll be able to find plenty of watches, plenty of straps that will fit it as well and suit it, just in case none of these 3 particularly float your boat, or you want to add an extra one in to you know, increase the options even more. You get a 1-year warranty with this watch. The movement is a Seiko NH35A, a movement we see so often, and it comes in at plus 10.1 seconds a day. So probably not regulated a great amount, but I find that anything around the 10-second mark is perfectly acceptable, personally, I think. So sapphire crystal as well, and it has a really, really good, really clear anti-reflective coating on the underside as well. As you can see, looking at it straight on, you know, really, really nice and clear. Okay, so let's discuss it in closer detail and start thinking about some of the customization. So first of all, the dial then. I mean, the dial itself, I think it's pretty nice and crisp and clear, but also has a little bit of a vintage vibe as well. Certainly has a bit of a nod to Omega with the like the colours, with the fonts used, and this rather large minute track actually. Let me just rotate the bezel, that's annoying me. The loom is fairly average as well. Nothing to complain there, and we have a pretty nice sword shaped hour hand and a relatively straightforward baton as a minute hand. So the primary concern they must have here is legibility, but also keeping things simple and bold, and I think they've done a really great job. The design is, it's not out of this world, but I don't think they need to make it as such. So it's one of those things where if you like it, then you really like it. If it doesn't call for you, then it's not the end of the world, because at the end of the day they have 3 different models to choose from really. So really nice print work as well. Everything's printed on the dial, no application or anything like that, just loomed. So moving on to the case then. Here we have obviously the start of the customization. So the primary thing on the case is the fact you can change the bezel and you can remove these end links as well. So without further ado, shall I swap out the bezel for this pretty classic diver bezel? Why not? So you have one of these blades, and it's as simple as push in the side and it will pop off. There we go. Goodbye, Mr. Bezel. And here it is without any bezel. Looks pretty weird and naked. And then it's as simple as get this bezel out, line it up nicely, and push it on. So it clicks in really nice and firm as well, which is really good, because I don't think it's likely to ever fall off on its own. Maybe if you give it a really good whack, it might come loose, but it doesn't give you the impression that it's actually going to just fall off on its own. And there we have it, working nice and easy. Straight up like that. That was 20 seconds to change it. So really, really impressive. And now look at it, it's a completely different style of watch. From that to that in 20 seconds, which I think is really cool. And I'm surprised that not more people do this, to be honest. So should we have a quick look at our third bezel as well to give you an idea of what that one looks like? Again, I'm just going to get the blade. The good thing is they give you a handful of these as well, because they are plastic, they will crack in time. So if I just push this on the side, loosen it out, put that one up there, and just pop this fully polished bezel on. There you have it. I'll just give that a quick polish. So the 3 different bezels gives it 3 completely different looks, and they're all really, really well manufactured. I really like this alternative because it has sort of embossed text. I mean, you can't go wrong with this style, sporty kind of Submariner style bezel, but you do see it a lot, which is why I think I prefer the different alternative. And then this one gives it a much cleaner, classier look, a bit more Rolex Explorer style look. So, something as simple as changing the bezel gives it such a massive variety of looks. So our case, we have jewels through lugs, which is good for changing the straps. We'll have a look at that in a bit. Then we have our crown, nice and thick size screw-in crown with the Mint Evolutive logo embossed on the end. And a variety of finishes as well, so really nicely manufactured, no complaints whatsoever. And then we have this end lug, which again which again we can remove. I'll show you that in a moment. Flipping it over, so here's the case back, and we have an exhibition window here showing off the movement, the Seiko NH35A. It's nice that they've added a little personalized touch there. The logo, it is only I think it's only laser etched on it. Still, it's nice that they've gone through the effort and trouble of personalising it a little bit. So then we have these this little message around the outside. This watch has been designed to be modified, make it to your own. So a nice little touch there. And it even gives you instructions on the direction to open and close the case back. Not that really you should need to, but it's interesting that they give you that as well. Okay, so moving on to the strap then. As I mentioned before, 3 different straps. This is the silicone option, which I think is my preferred choice out of all of them. I like the 3 rows of holes. Obviously, you only need the middle one for the actual buckle. There's the buckle there. Pretty standard tang buckle with the logo engraved on the end. This is the suede leather. I'm not so keen on it because, as you can see, it has started to rub away quite significantly, and I'm just not personally too keen on the style of finish. And here's the long end, as you can see, is sort of like starting to rub away a little bit, show a little bit of wear. And then here's the pearl on NATO. Again, the style not 100% for me. However, obviously some people might be interested in that. Looking at the changing the strap then, again, it's as simple as, because it's got drilled through holes, push our little tool in there to release it. That's one side, and then at the top, there we go. And then if we want to add this, I'm surprised actually they didn't include quick release pins. Oh, here we go, we've got quick release pins on the leather. I hadn't actually noticed that. So quick release pin on here, pop that in. Quick release pin on the other side of the leather strap. There we go. And again, within 30 seconds, voila, we've got a completely different strap on it. I can chop and change the bezel if I want to. Say, for instance, I want this kind of look. Again, that will take 1 or 2 minutes maybe. So customizable, really, really impressive. With the pearl on strap, it's a case of, because it's a NATO style, you'll put the pin in, just like take the pin out of here, for instance, put the pin in straight, and then you can just thread the pearl on strap through. Probably haven't really got enough time to show you what it looks like without the end links, but have a look at the pictures on my full written review and you'll see it. Again, it's not a crazy amount of difference, but you know, it's just one of those things that does change the feel of the watch a little bit. Okay, so let's get the macro lens on and we'll have a look at the watch in closer detail. So starting off with the dial. So here we see our print work. Nice and neat and simple. Not a whole, you know, not a massive amount to see on the dial, because it is just printed with these polished hands. You can see they're pretty nice work on the hands. Polished finish to it, which catches the eye and the light nicely. Moving on to the case then. So here's our polished bezel. It's just pretty much just, as you can see, fully polished. If we get the other bezel up, here's the classic Submariner bezel with most likely an aluminium printed insert. How about the underside of it? Got this sort of like 2 metal rings which clips onto the mechanism on the case itself. And then here's our third option. And there's our little applied indices and numerals there. Nice grip on it as well. I like the kind of blasted finish to it. We don't see blasted finish enough. So carrying on with the case, here's the crown. As you can see, nice engraving of the logo on the end. And there we have decent grip as well, really nice and easy to use. Let's have a look at one of our lugs. Here's our side hole, so really easy to remove. Polished side and polished shoulder as well, and then a brush top. And then our end link, give it a quick wipe. We have our brushed sides and a polished central section. There we go. So, you know, nice manufacturing, nice finishing as well. Flipping it over to the other side, here's some of our detailing around the outside. Nicely manufactured, nicely done. And our movement here. So here's our logo. You can see there, slightly laser etched on the rotor. Flip it over and we'll be able to see it ticking away nicely. So I mean, these NH35s aren't the most attractive movement. You know, pretty industrial, pretty rugged, but they are, you know, really hard wearing, hard working. Not many people complain about them getting busted or anything like that. So here's the suede strap. You can see the soft top of it, which is susceptible a little bit to damage. I have a look at my keeper loops, and you can see here the keeper loops are starting to really wear away. So I'm just concerned that the rest of the strap probably will end up looking the same, which is a bit of a shame. I would have much preferred a pretty standard leather buckle strap. And here's our buckle, fully polished on the leather strap with decent mint logo, nice and deeply engraved, as you can see there. And then if I move on to the silicone strap, here's this sort of like crosshatch carbon fiber feel pattern. And then we have a slightly different buckle on here, standard tang buckle with, again, the logo nice and deeply and accurately engraved on the end. And then finally our pearl-on strap. It's got the same buckle as the silicone, except for it's laser etched this time, which is shame that it's slightly different, not quite as nice. There's our finish to the pearl-on NATO as well. You can see it's decent thread, decent weave. Okay, so do I like the watch? Yeah, I mean, I love the fact that you have all this kit to be able to mod it, and as you can see, it does take 1, maybe 2 minutes tops to completely change the look of your watch. I really, really love that about this. And I think in reality, with the options available, there is an option for everyone as well. So really, really impressed by the build quality. The only negative thing for me really is that I wish this suede strap was better quality, because as you can see, it's not really held up against the... I mean, I've only had it for a few weeks and already it's demonstrating wear quite significantly, which is a shame. However, I love the finish of the dial. The design of the dial is really great. It's 3 different bezel options. Can't go wrong with them. Either there's something to please everyone, and there's something for every situation as well. And then the other straps as well, really, really good. And I love the way you get these extra tools as well. The tweezers, really nice, decent quality tweezers as well. We didn't really have a look at the tweezers, but it says that they're made in Switzerland, so decent quality. This little screwdriver again is really really nice and impressive to use. So the fact that you get all of these tools for free as well, and that nice box, really, really great. So I've been really impressed with it. My favourite combo was the one that I started off with this bezel and the silicone strap, but obviously it really does depend on your personal preference. Here is a much classier option with the fully polished bezel. So again, something for everyone, something for every occasion as well. So really, really nice. I would recommend it as well for the price. It's really, really great. Even for the full RRP, slightly over £400, you are getting a lot of watch for your money. So this was the Mint Evolutive Divemaster modding kit, and that's what it's all about. So thanks for watching, guys. Please remember to like, to comment, and to subscribe. See you around.